So we're off to the NEC today. I say we, it's me and my mum. It's my mum. Look excited?
Hello. No, don't use that, please don't use that.
Look sad? Do nauseous with a slight sense of ennui?
I don't know quite how that works.
So that's my mum, and my mum actually introduced me to photography years ago, about 20 years ago when I picked it up. I say she introduced me, I nicked her camera out of her cupboard, and so that's how she introduced me to it. But she has always been a very keen photographer, or rather she was with film, and then kind of the whole digital era. Do you know, it feels really mean to say it passed you by, because it didn't really pass you by as such, but it kind of did. Until recently, when we got a new camera. She is now retired, and so she wants to be able to enjoy hobbies and so on and so forth. If you're on Instagram, follow her at My Retirement Journal. And yeah, so we thought we'd go to the photography show. I have warned her, it's a fantastic place, there's lots of things to learn. It's like the world's biggest camera shop. There's also some weird stuff there. So we're going to go and see what's there and see what we're interested in. In terms of things that I'm looking for in particular, I want to get a new L bracket for my camera. An L bracket, and you should know what an L bracket is. Well, you may know what an L bracket is. It's, instead of a hot shoe for a tripod, it's a hot shoe that wraps around both sides of the camera, so you can very easily turn the camera sideways and mount it that way as easily as it is the correct positioning. Yes, this is your exit. So I want to look at a new L bracket, because one I've got at the moment I have to mount slightly oddly on my camera, because it doesn't quite fit all of the sockets and stuff. Because
it did say for NEC,
yeah,
take junction 6, and it's a junction 5.
Yeah, it's because there's a massive queue just there. That's right, you're allowed to interrupt. There's clearly so many people going to the photography show. I'm going to look at L brackets. Three-legged thing who make the tripod that I have, they just brought out a new L bracket that should be more universally fitting. My one slight worry is I generally find if one size fits all, what that actually means is one size fits nobody quite right.
Like tights.
It's like tights, is it? I'm quite interested in looking at some lighting. Sort of studio lighting where I'm doing some more corporate work and bits and pieces like that. It would be better to have some slightly better lighting, so I want to go and investigate what's happening with that. And yeah, just generally have a little look around, see what's going on. So we will continue on our way to the NEC. Braking, Mum. Braking. It's quite close to the back of that, isn't it?
It's obviously using waves too.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what we'll see. We're on our way to the NEC, and I'll fill you in when we get there. So what have you learned today?
Pizza isn't always as nice as you think it's going to be. It was alright, but it wasn't great. Learned that a lot more men than women are interested in photography. I've learned that some of them don't know how to take their turn. I've learned that some people are very lovely. I've learned quite a lot about tripods.
Have you got a tripod?
I have got a tripod. I've got Patty from Three-Legged Thing. It's a very exciting thing, and I think I've got an Ellie too. And they both have rather splendid copper colour on them, which I like a lot. I've learned that there are probably more gizmos to go with cameras than I knew. I've learned that you're a bit of a geek about lenses. That's probably about it.
Have you enjoyed the show? That's the most important thing.
I've enjoyed the day. It's been lovely. It's been a lovely day.
What's been your favourite bit?
spending time with my son.
Would you recommend other people coming to it?
Only if they're very interested in cameras.
I think, to be honest, that's reasonably fair for a photography show, that you probably wouldn't want to come if you're vaguely interested, so yeah, pretty fair. We are on our way back from Birmingham. I won't do the accent. We've had a lovely day at the. It's been a lovely day at the photography show. We have learnt a lot. Have we learnt a lot?
Yep.
Apparently, we're doing one-word answers at the moment. I did buy my L bracket. Mum also bought an L bracket because she would have been jealous if I'd got an L bracket and she hadn't got an L bracket. Mum, what's an L bracket?
It's copper and it's lovely.
There you have it, people. It's copper and it's lovely. I think the only reason that Mum bought it was because I was getting one and she wanted one too. She did, however, buy a very nice tripod from Three Legged Thing. She bought the Patty. I think I need to do a bit of a video on Three Legged Thing at some point. They're a very good company. And I really like their stuff, so I might have a bit of a... It's very windy, I hope you can hear me. Yeah, I might do a bit of a video about them and who they are and what they do. I bought some lights, which is very exciting. Might do a bit of an unboxing with them at some point, or at least show you what they do. They were remarkably inexpensive. When you start looking at the ARRI lights and you start looking at the photo lights and all those sorts of things, they're phenomenally expensive. These, cheap and cheerful, can use them for everything I want to use them for. Bob's your uncle. I got two lights for half the price I was expecting to spend on one. If they don't last that long, I've got good use out of them, so it's fine.
And a bag.
And I got a bag. And I got a Peak Design bag. Peak Design everyday backpack, 20 litres. Again, Peak Design are a little bit like Three Legged Thing. In fact, I think two companies, they work closely together. But for all the sales techniques, I think the sales techniques are quite fascinating at the photography show. You get a real mix. There are some that are very heavy-handed, will sort of come over, pounce on you, sort of very much badger you into talking to them quite quickly. But then Three Legged Thing and Peak Design, I also thought the other, I think they're called Arco albums. I'll check on the name of that, but Arco albums, they were brilliant, just in terms of you look at the products, you start looking, and they come over and very gently show you something genuinely interesting about the product. So it's not about saying, are you interested in it and do you want to buy it? Like with Arco albums, they came over and she pointed out that one of the covers of one of the albums was made of dried pressed flowers. And I had been wondering what the texture was, and she said that when they're brand new, they really smell very lovely as well. And then we got to talking, and I thought that was a really nice way of introducing herself. And so that low-key sales, for me, works so much better than hard-hitting, hard-selling, let me sign you up, let me send you details, let's try and push. So yeah, so if you're going to the photography show, enjoy it, it's good fun. There were also a lot less scantily clad people, so maybe #MeToo has found its way finally into the photography world. Did you feel particularly isolated as a female into photography? Did you feel like there weren't that many women there?
I didn't feel isolated, but there weren't many women there.
Were there many people of colour there?
No.
Would you say that 90% of the audience was in fact white male? Middle-aged white male, often with a bit of a tummy?
Yeah.
Sadly, that's also the audience that's likely to watch this video, so I'm really sorry guys, but maybe let's get some diversity in there, yeah? So, thank you very much for watching. The sound is probably awful by now because it's raining really heavily. But thank you for watching. Please like this video if you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you think it'll be helpful. And thank you. Bye bye.